Hello there, you're welcome to today's tutorial. We are going to learn how to create a Google form. For the purpose of this tutorial, let's create a Google form that collects data or details of my subscribers on this channel. To do that, we open our browser and then you enter forms.google.com, forms.google.com. So now, there are various templates that you can use to create a Google form. So when you tap on template gallery, you get to find out the various templates. Some of them are t-shirt, sign up, party interview, party invite, RSVP, contact information. But then for the purpose of this video, I want to help you create a Google form from scratch. So you go to blank form. Now over here, then untitled form, that's where you enter the title of your form. So this my form will be, let's see, something like subscriber database. So subscriber database. Okay, so one beauty about this is that you can bold in the subscriber database or the title of the form. At the form description, you are basically supposed to write a brief description of what the form is about. Okay, so this is the description of my form. Hey there, through this form, we are collecting data about subscribers of the Alex23 Explorations YouTube channel. Kindly provide your details. Okay, you can add the questions you want. Let's say for the first question, I want to take the full name of the subscribers, so I'll enter that. Now, the full name is basically a short answer. You come to this drop down here, then you choose short answer. So it's going to allow the subscriber to enter a short response for that. Now, I want this to be a compulsory response. Without the subscriber entering this detail, they can't submit the form. So you tap on required. You go to the plus sign here, you tap on the plus sign to be able to add another question. For the other question, let's say I want to take the date of birth of the subscriber, so date of birth. Okay, so you come to the drop down here, you click on date. It's going to allow the subscriber to enter their date of birth. But again, I want this to be required. So I click on the required symbol here. You add more questions. So for the next question, let's say I want the subscriber to add their country. Now for the country, you can let them type their country. And for that, you click on short answer. But in this case, I rather want to provide them with a list of options. So I'll go to something like multiple choice. For multiple choice, I'm going to provide them with a list of like 4 countries. So let's say Bolivia will be the first country. Or Bolivia. I add another country like Ghana. I add another country again like Australia. Then I add a last country, that is Taiwan. Now I'm done with that. Again, I want this to be compulsory. You can add more questions again by tapping on the plus symbol, the plus sign here. For the next question, let's say I want them to add a scanned copy of their passport size photo. Scanned copy of passport sized photo. Passport sized photo. Now, for that, it's going to be more like a file. So you select file upload. Now, the beauty about this file upload is that you're allowed to provide a range of sizes you want. So if the range of the file lies outside the given range, then it means that they wouldn't be able to upload the file. So by default, the range is from 1 megabyte to 10 megabytes. I can increase it to, let's say, 200 megabytes, meaning that if they provide a file whose size is something like 150 megabytes, they wouldn't be able to upload it. Again, I want this to be required. And for the second to last question, I just want to know one thing that they admire about the channel. So I'll ask a question like, what do you admire about Dialects 123 Explorations channel? Okay, so end that with a question mark. And again, I want that to be a short answer. I don't want anything long. And I also want it to be required. So now I'll go to my last question. And how do we add another question? I tap on this plus sign here. For the last question, I just want to add a comment section. Whatever they want to say about this form or the channel as a whole, they can do that. But again, I want this to be a very short answer. But more importantly, I don't want this to be required because there are times when people might not really have anything to say or to add, you know. So if you make it compulsory that they had a comments, then it's like you're now forcing them. And I don't want it to be that way. Now we are done. Let's preview this and see how it looks like. So this is how it looks like, but I want to add a header at the top here. I want to add a header here. So I come back to this form and then I go to the customize scheme. Then I move to image. Now I have to select an image, but in selecting the image, you have to make sure that you select an image whose design is in line with the kind of form you are creating. So over here, I'm creating a form and I want to see something like books, pens, and the others. So I'll select this one, which I think is in line with the kind of form that I'm creating. So let's preview this and see how it's going to look like. Now let's generate a link for this form so that you can share with others for them to fill the form, right? So to do that, you move to send. There are three ways. The first is by email, where they receive the link to this form directly in their mail. That way you enter their email over here. But then mostly I like to use this link here. But then you can see that the link is so long, so you can shorten the link from here. And then you tap on copy to copy it. This is also the third option. But then the form cannot be embedded because it makes use of the file upload questions, as you can see. So that is it. You can now just share the form with anyone, your friends. And in this case, I can share it with my subscribers. But please don't fill the form. This is just a tutorial session. I'll share the link to this form in the description box so that you can check it out. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye.